hits with that one. It'll lead to a 4th down.
Graham Gano on for the field goal. A 26-yard attempt.
Gano's kick is good. So he's been automatic to this point of the season, and he connects on the field goal there.
And what a luxury it is to have a kicker you can depend upon, partner, because he hasn't missed all year long. Converts on that one as well. And kudos to you. You didn't jinx him.
And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28. So here comes the Raider offense now onto the field. They'll be led out by a former Pro Bowl quarterback out of the University of Georgia, Matthew Stafford.
I think his task in this game is really simple. Eliminate the turnovers. He threw 2 interceptions last week. I can't believe I led with that because he had 3 touchdown passes. So there's a lot of good that he did, but he's got to take care of the ball better. The ball has to go to guys wearing the jerseys that they're wearing this week, not the opposition.
We're taking a look at Hall's numbers from a week ago. 13 carries, 68 yards, and a touchdown.
Well, obviously he didn't have a great deal of time between games, having to turn around on a short week and get ready for Thursday night football. But he said in pregame he was feeling pretty good and felt more recovered from last week's contest than he would have expected. Didn't seem to think this short week was going to affect him much as he chases a big performance here in prime time.
That's complete to Parker Washington. And he's corralled, but not before getting it inside the 35.
11 more yards.
Now a play fake it at Stafford. Nowhere to turn here, and he's going to go down. Back at about the 37-yard line. The sack coming from big Dalvin Tomlinson.
What a nice read and play by the defensive tackle. Never bought the play-action fake. Went right for the quarterback and put him on the ground.
In motion, the tight end. Now Stafford. A short throw caught by Andrews. They got to get to the 23 here on 3rd.
It's a gain of 6. Brings up 3rd and 9.
Stafford now to throw. Throw left side complete. That's Washington. And they will rally and stop him short of the 1st down. They get him to the ground at the 26.
Well, we hear so often how tackling has become almost a lost art in the NFL game. But it's so important to tackle well on these receivers, especially in a play like this one. 3rd down, they gave him the underneath stuff. You got to go and make the tackle right away.
Boswell's kick is good. And that will tie us at 3-3. So a return of serve, so to speak, here on the 2nd drive of our game as they respond to that opening field goal with 3 of their own.
I like that. Go a little tennis on me.
I know you. You like to mix it up with sports.
They crack a forehand back out and they get a backhand. What was the serve? What was the return?
It was a backhand. And a really good backhand.
It's a nice top spin on a little bit. I love it. Almost a mirror image when you really get down to it. I thought that was pretty good stuff.
Denver offense at the line, ready to go. Their drive last time, it stalled out. They were forced to take the short field goal.
And the key phrase, you nailed it. Forced to, because you know coaches look at these short field goals as a last resort, right? To them, that's not how drives are supposed to end. You're supposed to put 6 on the board. That's a consolation prize. Like going to the county fair, you don't get the big stuffed animal on that one, do you?
No, you don't go top shelf. That's bottom shelf material. Now he's going to step up and run. And brought down, but not before reaching the 45-yard line. Willis showing off the wheels there. He gets him to 1st down.
First down. 1st and 10 at the 45-yard line.
They'll look to throw here on 1st down. Hitting Juju on the slant. And a gain of 4 gets him right to the midfield stripe. Ball right on the 50-yard line. Here's 2nd and 5. He'll find Smith-Schuster again. And he'll maybe get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that.
No gain on the play. Brings up
From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. And it is caught at the 10-yard line. And he just falls short down at the 1-yard line. They're able to convert on third down, and that sets up a first and goal.
First and goal at the 1-yard line.
I think we all understand his disappointment. Didn't quite get to the end zone, and you know it's just got to be tough to see a yard line underneath you after a play like that.
And he'll take it into the end zone for a Denver score. Jonathan Taylor, his 7th rushing touchdown on the year. And the Broncos have taken the lead.
2 good drives on their first 2 possessions. Remember, the first wound up in a field goal, but we all know field goals aren't going to cut it in the NFL, so they're not going to be denied here, and they wind up punching this one into the end zone.
Extra point try good by Gano. And the lead is now 10-3. So that drive, 6 plays, 75 yards. And it was capped off by a Jonathan Taylor touchdown. A nice little juke. And out a little across the 25 to the 27. The Raiders offense led by their running back headed out for the second possession. And they've used him quite a bit in the passing game as you take a look at the NFL leaders in receiving yards by a running back, and he's right there in the mix. They'll start on the ground. Ball. And they'll wind up getting this to the 37. Gain of 9.
On any explosive run, you can almost feel the ground shaking, and that's from the offensive linemen creating space for their runners. I had an old coach tell me before that he always told his runners, run around the offensive line in pregame. Get used to the ground shaking so you don't trip and fall when it happens in a game.
A pickup of 10, and it's enough for a Las Vegas first down.
First and 10 at the 47-yard line.
Well, they'll run it here on the jet sweep. And nowhere really to go there. They'll take this up just shy of midfield. And just shy of midfield, here's a 2nd and 8.
Brings up 2nd and 8.
Now Stafford. A short throw caught by Andrews. So give him 5 yards there on the pitch and catch. And now it's 3rd and 3. Charles, Thursday night game, I think a lot of teams probably say shrink the playbook somewhat. Is that correct?
I think you're right about that because you just don't have the amount of time that you have in a normal week to put in a full playbook. So, as you said, you shrink the playbook, pick out the plays that work best for you. You know what else you're looking for? Who are the freshest guys coming off the last game you play on a Thursday night? Guys have a little extra pep in their step. You go to them early and often.
They'll fake the give. Now Stafford. And this is into the hands of Andrews downfield. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Raider touchdown. Mark Andrews, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the Raiders are an extra point away from evening this one up.
For a big tight end, he can sure move like a slot receiver when he gets a head of steam going. And as a defensive back, you've got a big decision to make when he's moving like that.
Extra point put through by Boswell. And we are even at 10 apiece. So the drive there took 6 plays. And it's Mark Andrews who finishes things off with a touchdown reception. All level now at 10 apiece as the kick's away. And the tackle going to be made right there at the 25-yard line. So the Broncos coming out now. A long drive last time out for this offense, Charles. If you remember, they started basically in the shadows of their own end zone, marched it down the field, and a lot of that was through the passing game.
And, partner, as a former defensive back, I'm having almost a physical reaction watching what's happening right now. But let's give credit where it's due because they've done an excellent job moving the ball through the air. Secondary getting picked apart pass by pass. Obviously, they need to make some adjustments there on the back end.
And because offensively, we know that they're not going to be shy about throwing that football. They do get a yard there, but only a yard. Leaves them with 3rd and 9 looming. Now Willis to throw. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got him there complete. Broncos first down as they're able to get the third down conversion.
Broncos first down. First and 10 at the 42-yard line.
To throw, here's Willis. And down he goes. Brought down a Raider sack. These two teams all tied after one. Second quarter about to begin from Denver. It's the Broncos in possession of the football as they've got it with a 2nd and 10. Running straight ahead, Taylor. And very little daylight there. They'll get a couple up to the 44. The offense on third down tonight, they've hit 2 for 4 thus far. This is 3rd and 8. Now Willis to throw. And this pass broken up. Excellent coverage there on third down as that was not an easy one to hold on to. On 4th down, Matt Ariza sent on to punt. Yeah, last week in the loss, 5 punts as he gets this one away. Yeah, he was looking for the checkup bounce, didn't get it. That scoots all the way into the end zone now for a touchback. Here's Las Vegas ready to take the field. This drive here beginning probably with a pair of motivated groups. Remember, the offense scored a touchdown on their last time out. Looking to repeat that in Charles's defense. They were very frustrated after giving up 6 the last time on the field.
And frankly, it's just a battle of wills in a lot of ways because you know they're both motivated, they both game plan for this drive, and they both have specific outcomes in mind. To me, it just comes down to who can execute better and which side can step up and assert its will over the other.
One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10. They'll send a receiver in motion to the left. Play action. Stafford. He's got the tight end. That's Gadsden. He's got this to the 30 before being taken down. So on the other side of the field now, it's 1st and 10 as they've got things rolling on this drive. Now it's Stafford. A short throw caught by Andrews. They'll come up on a 2nd and 7 from the 27.
Brings up 2nd and 7 at the Broncos 27.
Throwing again at Stafford. Throw right side is complete to Andrews, his tight end. A gain of 3 last play. This time they double it and pick up 6. That catch now puts him on the doorstep of 500. It's his 499th reception. From the gun on third down, Stafford. Able to find the open man. That's complete. And he is going to have the Raiders first down as they're able to get the third down conversion. Now a 1st and 10 at the 11th.
Las Vegas.
On 1st and 10, it's Hall. Looking to find a lane, but he can't. Reined in at the line of scrimmage. 2nd and 10, we're all knotted up at 10, but it appears that may change soon. Only question is, will they have to settle for 3? Stafford. And he can't quite get there. Tackled down at the 1. It's a 10-yard gain there to set him up 1st and goal.
That's good for a Las Vegas first down.
They'll run with Hall. And he is in. Touchdown, Raiders. A touchdown run there from a yard out. And the Raiders have taken the lead. Well, they move the ball down the field through the air, Charles, and then finally they get the running game involved, and it works to perfection. Touchdown.
And, partner, I kept waiting for that running game to come into play, and they actually saved it until the very end. Touchdown goes on his stat sheet, but you and I both know, and he knows as well, his teammates airing it out made this a successful drive.
So an 8-play drive covering 80 yards. And it was was capped off by a Breece Hall touchdown run. Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown. And a decent return out to the 27-yard line. Denver's offense now set to go. They find themselves down 17-10 as they come up on a 1st and 10. Looking to put a drive together. He'll start with a give to Taylor. And back to the 30. It'll be 2nd down.
They'd love to just strike back with a touchdown right here. And if it's a long play, so be it. But the main goal, get a couple of 1st downs. Run some plays, run some clock. Allow their defense to get a chance to catch their breath, settle down, and relax a little bit after they just gave up the score.
And he'll be upended at the 33 following a gain of 3. And guess what? It brings up 3rd down. Willis. He's got his target. That's complete. And he will have the Broncos 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
And the Broncos 1st down. 1st and 10 at the 48-yard line.
It's a play fake. Here's Willis. And the Raiders have got him. Dropped for a loss of 7 by multiple defenders.
I spent a lot of extra time preparing for this game watching this offensive line because they gave up 5 sacks last week in their loss. They just gave up another one now. They don't seem to be working together as a cohesive unit. Right? 4 guys might have it right, but the 5th guy is giving something up. They've got to find a way to all get on the same page.
Willis out of the gun. Over the middle, complete. It's Sutton. Not an easy spot here. They'll be in search of 13 yards to try to pick up the 1st. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Finding room at midfield. Fights through and now a crease. And they'll get this to the 30-yard line before crossing over out of bounds. So here's a 1st and 10 now in Raider territory at the 30-yard line. Up the middle, here's Taylor. And nothing much materializing there on the 1st down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it. 2nd down, 8 to go from the 28.
It's 2nd and 8 at the Raiders' 28-yard line.
They run once more with Taylor. And this has been a recurring theme tonight for sure. Nowhere to run. Back to the line of scrimmage, that's all. Now 3rd down is looming. A pickup of 2 on 1st down and just 1 yard there. Back to throw, Willis. And that is incomplete. So 2 3rd down conversions on this drive, but not able to get a 3rd, and now they deal with 4th down.
Well, they have that one snipped out defensively. That's a tough one to connect on when you got multiple defenders in the area, and it winds up incomplete.
44-yard attempt.
Gano's kick is good. And that will cut this lead back down to 4 now. It's 17-13. So they're able to end that drive with 3 points in this one-possession ball game.
And ideally, you want to end every drive with points. Most quarterbacks would tell you, let's end it with a kick, right? A PAT, that's number 1. Field goal you'll take. Punts, you really don't want to do that. In this case, they'll take the field goal and get prepared for the rest of the game.
Breece Hall helped leading out this offense for another series. It's the 2nd quarter. His team has the lead, but I think he's hoping for a little bit more production out of himself.
And we often talk about preaching patience to a runner when things are a little bumpy in the early going. But we have to do the same thing with the offensive line. They can't wait to halftime to make the adjustments. They have to do it from series to series. So those surface tablets come into play. Check out what the defense is doing and see if they can find a better way to run it.
So they search for that patience here now. The offense on 3rd down tonight, they've been okay. 2 for 3 thus far. This will be 3rd and 6. Stafford. A short throw caught by Andrews. And this play comes to a hold at the 33, and obviously that's well short of the 1st down. 2 minutes remaining in this 1st half of football. On 4th down, punt coming from Braden Mann. Only 2 punts for him last week in the loss as he gets this one away. It's taken to the 26. Call it an even 40-yard punt. 7 though on the return. And the Broncos take over. First down and 10.
Denver's offense ready to go again.
And last time able to get 3. It's not what they wanted. They wanted 6, but they got at least something. They mustered something out of the drive.
They'll take it. I like the way you've described it. Not ideal, but they'll take it. Anything to put some points on the board. This time on offense, they don't even want to see the field goal kicker trot on the field. They want that ball in the end zone.
Yeah, they'll be going for 6.
Willis will look to throw it.
The hitter here, it's complete. They picked up 5 yards last time. Now they double it and get 10 here.
First and 10 at the 47-yard line.
Now Willis.
And down he goes. Brought down a Raiders sack. Now the Broncos are going to call the first of their timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming second down play.
Willis takes a hit and the ball is free.
And the Raiders pick it up. And his crew will take over with a football at the 35-yard line.
That feels like an accumulation of the pressure we've seen all game. I mean, he's been on the turf a whole lot because of sacks. Eventually, something else happens as well, and this time it was a turnover.
Yeah, caught up to him. The Raider offense now making their way toward the huddle.
And now they start in plus territory following that turnover as they'll try to get some points here before halftime.
Following the fumble recovery, Stafford. And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
I see the surprise in your face there, partner. That is a rare incompletion from him. He's been on point this entire game.
He has percentage completion-wise way up, not that time. Throwing is Stafford. A short throw caught by Andrews. And this will be a gain of 5 as he gets it to the 30. The Raiders going to use one of their timeouts as the clock stops here with 46 seconds remaining in the first half. They had great starting position to begin the drive, and now they look up at a 3rd and 5. To throw is Stafford.
This pass out wide to Hall.
Now the Broncos going to use the second of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half. Now it's Chris Boswell on for the field goal try. He made his first attempt, this from 45. Boswell's kick is good, and that'll make this a 7-point game.
So the fumble recovery had them set up in ideal field position, but they can muster only 3 points out of it.
Yeah, when you're able to force turnovers, especially when it results in field position like they had, you really want to make it hurt. Here, they take the field goal. That's definitely not what they were hoping for.
And a nifty return there all the way across the 40. The Broncos going to go on offense now late in this first half. And with great starting field position and one timeout in their pocket, they could still come away with points here in the late going. Here's Willis.
Looking outside, and he's got a man. That's Sutton. Now the Broncos will use their 3rd and final timeout as the clock will stop with just under 30 seconds to go in the first half. Past the 20. And he'll go out of bounds inside the 15-yard line.
From the 13 now, they work on 1st and 10. Willis out of the gun.
And he just throws this one away. Smart decision here this close to the end zone, and it brings up second down.
2nd and 10.
Right back to the air with Willis. A throw left sideline falls incomplete.
This offense was on the move. Now 2 straight incompletions have them looking at 3rd and 10.
Willis.
And probably the wise decision there. No one open. He just throws it away. And that keeps the field goal on the table as it's 4th down. So they won't get a touchdown, but here's a chance to at least get 3 to end the first half. From the left hash, a chip shot here. Gano's kick is good. And that'll bring him back within 4. So he's been a busy man here in this first half. That's 3 field goals for him now.
And not just 3 field goals, but 3 for 3. So even though the offense has struggled a bit putting it in the end zone, they've still been able to come away with points due to his leg.
And they will not get a chance to return this one. It's through the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Raider offense set to get this drive started. Here's Stafford. Throwing deep here for Coleman. And too much juice. It'll be out of bounds, incomplete.
So halftime is upon us on Thursday night primetime, and we go off to Orlando. And Scott Hansen for our halftime report.
All right, Brandon, thanks much. Welcome in, everyone, to the Orlando studios. Scott Hansen with you for a quick halftime report. We'll let both sides catch their breath and get their orange wedges as we're going to get ready for the third quarter action. So let's go back out to the stadium as we rejoin our broadcast team, Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
Okay, Scott, thanks a bunch. And we'll see which team's adjustments are going to pay dividends here as we are just about ready for the start of the second half. And he'll be stopped up at the 25. So here are the Raiders now to take over. They lost 2 straight coming in, but good news for them right now. They've got the lead and the football. Second half starts with a run by Hall.
And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. The last play got just a yard. Here's 2nd and 9 from the 26.
At the 26-yard line.
Now Stafford. Got his man complete over the middle. It's Washington.
Third down and 1.
Complete to Parker Washington. It's a gain of 8. And it brings up 3rd down.
Now Stafford.
Pass taken in by his big tight end. And he is going to have the Raiders first down as they're able to convert by plenty there on 3rd and 1.
A gain of 9 yards. First down.
Hall want to give up the middle.
And he'll take this ahead for about 4. 2nd down coming up. In the first half, he was held in check on the ground, but despite that lack of production, they still have the lead.
And they've got to feel fortunate about that. If they could actually get production from their lead horse, that would help open up this offense and widen this margin, too.
Here's Stafford. And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 45-yard line.
It's a loss of 2. Brings up 3rd down and 8.
Back to throw. Stafford. He's got his man. It's Andrews.
And they're going to mark him down short, maybe by about a yard, if that.
So the completion good for 7 there. And that's going to make it 4th down. Here's the Raiders punter now, as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. He'll send this away into the Rocky Mountain night, and it's a good one. And this will be up to the ruling of the side judge here. He says it crossed out of bounds at the 16-yard line. Looking to put a drive together.
A carry by Taylor to start the drive.
And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets this football out shy of the 30 to the 29. Give him 13 yards on the opening play of the drive and also give him a first down.
1st and 10 at the 29-yard line.
They go to the ground again with Taylor.
Up past the 30, 2nd down coming up.
That to think a major focus of the halftime meetings had to be figuring out how to create space for the running game to get operating.
Well, what you pointed out to me at half seems accurate. That line has struggled to sustain blocks.
Yeah, I would agree with that totally. They've got to focus on staying on their double teams at the first level, make sure that block's secure before they slide off and try and chip someone at the second level.
22 yards there, a first down.
First and 10 at the 47-yard line.
Now a give to Taylor. 20. And he is into the end zone for a Denver touchdown. Jonathan Taylor, his second touchdown of the night. And the Broncos have retaken a third-quarter lead.
Well, I guess when you look back on it, it was just a matter of time until he popped a big one like that. And, you know, at halftime, you and I discussed it. They had done a nice job on him in the first half. But there were a couple of occasions where it felt like he might wiggle out of traffic and take it to the house. And finally here in the second half, that got done.
Gano the extra point. And that gives him a 3-point lead. Gano now following the touchdown here to kick it away. And able to take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line. Las Vegas' offense back out there ready to go. The last series for them a little disappointing, forced to punt. And now they'll try to do better here and come away with some points as they begin this drive. First and 10. They'll fake the give. Now Stafford. Rush coming, and he's taken down. Anthony Jennings just would not be denied. That's a loss of 7. In motion goes the tight end. Throwing on second and long. Stafford. And on the left sideline, he caught it, but out of bounds, according to the head linesman. Incomplete, so the ball a little late getting there, and it's third down. Now it's Stafford. Working the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. How about that? They weather the storm of a 3rd and 17 to pick up the first.
And the Raider first down. First and 10 at the 39-yard line.
That's a play that will likely be forgotten when you talk about big moments in this game. But plays like this are critical to keep drives going. And if points result, we'll call this play significant.
He finds some way to turn this into positive yardage as he struggles forward for a pickup of about 2.
Well, they're hoping that the second half is better for him than the first half. They've got to find a way to get him going. He's a big part of their offense.
Hall again on second down. Shifts past him at the 45. Call it a gain of 5 there on the run, but they'll remain a yard or 2 short here with third down coming up. They'll come to the line, needing only 2 yards to gain the first here. Washington in motion left. They'll run with Hall. And that one going nowhere from the start as he's met in the backfield and goes backwards. Losing 2 yards that time, and now it's 4th down.
I think this running game, or should I say lack of one, is making this defense look better than what they really are.
Las Vegas sending out their punter now as he'll come on to kick this one away. And no return here. Where will they spot him? They say just outside the 20-yard line. The Broncos offense and their quarterback ready to go once more. And he's been a nightmare to scheme against throughout this one. This defense has been totally taken apart, and that is borne out in his numbers. He's been terrific all game long. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage back at the 22. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
An interesting and intriguing decision there defensively because they kept extra DBs on the field despite seeing the multiple tight end look that came out for the offense.
I thought they were going to switch out of it. I didn't know if they felt they didn't have time or what the case was.
Well, in any event, the extra speed allowed for great penetration as they stuffed that one by the line of scrimmage.
3rd and 9 here. Now Willis.
He'll let this go deep for Sutton. And unable to connect. Incomplete. I'll give them credit. They took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down.
That's some good closing speed there defensively because that looked open for a minute. But that's great work with the ball in the air. Never gave up. Converged on his man and broke the play up.
The Broncos send out their punter now, as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time. It's a net of 40 there, a punt of 48, and a return of 8. And the Raiders will take over now, 1st and 10. The Raiders offense now, they trot back out. The crowd maybe losing just a little bit of the edge after back-to-back punts.
They want some big plays. They want to see some offense. They want to see somebody break away, whether it's through the air or on the ground. Now it'll be interesting to see where the patience is on both sides. Each head coach, can you hang in there and not try and force something that could put your team in some jeopardy?
Straight ahead is home.
He'll get about 3 as he's brought down right around the 42.
I'd say they've got to find a way to get him going. He's such a big part of their offense. I wonder if they might throw it a little and come back to the run.
Anything, because you're right. He's pretty much been completely neutralized.
And that will be incomplete.
Well, how about the coverage we just saw break out on 3rd down? Dime defense, blanketed the field with extra defensive backs and speed, unable to find an open hole to complete that pass.
On is the punter man as he boots this one away.
And he couldn't get it to check up. That kicks all the way into the end zone for a touchback.
The Broncos offense and their quarterback headed out for this next possession. And he had it going in the first half, that's for sure. He's really had his way with his secondary. They've been powerless to stop him, and he'll look to keep it rolling right here.
He'll let this go deep for Sutton. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
You just know when that play call came in, their eyes lit up because anytime you get a chance to take a big shot downfield, that's a lot of fun, and they missed an opportunity.
To throw, here's Willis.
Open man completes it to Smith-Schuster. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10.
Play action, Willis. Out to the flat here for Johnson.
They'll go for a gain of 7. And it'll be 2nd down.
Brings up 2nd and 3 at the 38-yard line.
Play action, here's Willis.
Well, he stays up, but he can't get away forever, and down he goes.
Taken down for the 5th time this game. Multiple defenders there to get him.
This is a little hard for me to compute because I'm watching sack after sack happen, but somehow they're still behind in the game. I would expect all of this defensive pressure to translate to them taking a lead, and thus far, it hasn't happened. Time's winding down. They don't want to waste this type of performance from these ace pass rushers.
And that is incomplete, but a penalty flag coming in. This could be a 1st down. So instead of 4th down, 1st down.
Well, so much for winning the down you put a lot of emphasis on because 3rd down is key for offense and defense. Instead, you're going to stay on the field and start a new set of downs.
Welcome back now to Denver. It's been a very hotly contested game to this point. Just a field goal separating these two teams as we get set for the 4th quarter.
They go play action with Willis.
And he's going to have the hook up to Sutton. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. And a nice gain at 21 yards.
1st and 10 at the 36-yard line.
Both teams working on short rest, but this has been one of the better Thursday night games we've seen as they come up here on 1st and 10. Nothing doing. Barely able to muster a
If nothing else, they've already taken a couple minutes off the clock here already as they come up second down. That's caught by his big tight end, Mike Gesicki. And he will reach the 5-yard line before going out of bounds. So first and goal, 6 points here would go a long way toward wrapping this one up. They'll try and run. This is Johnson. And he's going to press this one forward as they stop him right around the 1. This drive's taken more than 3 minutes off the clock already as they come up on second down. Taylor is not going to get in here as they push him back to the 2-yard line. It'll go as a loss of a yard, and it'll set up third down.
It's now 3rd and goal.
Back to throw, Willis. Under pressure, down he goes. Sacked at the 10. And that sack brings up 4th and goal, a loss of 7. Big play. I don't know what else can be said about this pass rush. They have been sensational, CD. That is now 6 sacks for them.
And how many times do we talk to offensive coordinators and they say a sack is a result of everyone on offense not doing their job? But let's be honest about this one. This is the offensive line unable to counter the pass rush. They've been teeing off all game long.
Well, I don't know if they would have gone for it on 4th and goal anyway, but the sack on 3rd down pretty much made their mind up for it.
You're exactly right about that. And this is a tough place on the field to take a sack because, as you just noted, it took the decision-making away from them. Now they have to go for a field goal instead of potentially going for it.
The Vegas offense ready for their next possession. See if they can put this drive in the end zone, Charles, because it's been a little bit of a rough go at times. They've had to punt the football a ton in this ball game because of stalled-out drives.
So are you saying that you're kind of tired of seeing the punter run out there and do his thing during this game? Is that what you're trying to say?
Well, I mean, I'm okay with it. I have a feeling that this offense, they don't want to see the punter again.
And frankly, the punter doesn't want to run out there anymore himself. He'd love to see his offense put together a drive and give his leg a rest.
Down, Raiders.
Now a play fake and it's Stafford. He dumps this one off here to Hall. And he'll work it across midfield inside the 45. So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's 1st and 10. A handoff for Hall. Down inside the 40. From the 39-yard line, here comes second down at 6.
4 yards on the pickup. 2nd and 6.
Well, they'll run it here on the jet sweep. And he'll do a nice job here just to fight his way back to the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play there, so they're left with a 3rd down and 6.
And it brings up 3rd down.
They are in need of 6 yards here if they hope to move the chains. Stafford now to throw. He's got his running back out of the backfield. And this is going to be another 1st down as they'll make the tackle at the Broncos 28. Give them 11 yards that time and a new set of downs.
1st and 10 at the 28-yard line.
And they'll run here with Jefferson. And he's brought down at the 24 after a gain of 4. Now a 2nd and 6.
It's now 2nd and 6 at the 24-yard line.
Give to Hall running right. And he's going to lose yards. They take him down at the 26. It'll go down as a 2-yard loss, and it brings up a 3rd down. They'll be in search of 8 yards here as they hope to convert the 1st down. Throwing is Stafford. And this pass broken up. And the contact well timed there. And now 4th down. So now one of the biggest kicks of the night is forthcoming. On the right hash, it's a 43-yard attempt. Boswell's kick is good. And that will bring the deficit back down to 3. So with that field goal, this one's now back within a field goal. Maybe not the ultimate result they wanted, but gets them that much closer.
This game is unfolding like a really good book, isn't it? Because I feel like there's a few more plot twists yet to be revealed before this one is over.
And not much happening on the return as he'll get this to about the 23. The home team's offense and their quarterback set to take the field once more. And this defense might be about ready to wave the white flag. Nothing they have tried to throw at him has been that successful. He just processes things so quickly and makes the right read seemingly every time.
And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line.
83 yards on the ground for him now as he's gotten better, really, as the night's gone on.
First down. First and 10 at the 33-yard line.
Back to Taylor on first down.
He's able to force his way through one man, but he can muster only about a yard on the play. Second down.
2 yards on the
From the 35, here's second down and 8. To throw, here's Willis.
And the Raiders have got him. Malik Collins able to record his 5th sack of the season.
This offensive line flat out cannot handle this pass rush. We've seen it demonstrated time and time again to the tune of 7 sacks in this game thus far.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Now he's going to step up and run. The decision to tuck and run gets him 3, but that's not enough. Now it's 4th.
Nice call on defense, rolling out the nickel package for that big 3rd down play, and they did an excellent job locking down coverage and forcing him to try and run for it, and he doesn't get there, which brings up a big 4th down call.
The Broncos send out their punter now as he's on to kick it away. That's taken on the 25. 42-yard punt, 6 on the return.
And it'll be Raiders football, 1st and 10. Here's Las Vegas ready to take the field. Their defense accomplished step 1 of the mission. They forced the punt. Now they'll look to erase that deficit and take a 4th quarter lead.
To throw is Stafford. A short throw caught by Andrews. And that's good for a pickup of 10 yards. And that'll leave him with a 2nd and just a few inches left.
At the 41-yard line.
And they'll send the tight end in motion here. Stafford.
And this throw incomplete. And the defender all over him that time, and it's going to lead to 3rd down.
3 points separating these two sides with 2 minutes left to go in the 4th. Stafford.
Oh, and that's going to sabotage their comeback plans. It is intercepted. Picked off by Alex Singleton.
When you talk about making winning plays, that is a winning play at this stage of the game. To come up with that interception, huge.
I like how you identified that because most people think winning plays are the offense trying to get it done. In this case, nursing a lead, they found a way to make a play on that side of the ball and maybe finish things off.
They got to have 2 hands on the football here as they run on 1st down.
And now we're going to get a timeout defensively. So another stop, 1:50 left in the football game.
Broncos, first down.
Not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10.
Again, it's Taylor. And they're knocking on the door now. There's a good run there. Going to take this to about the 10-yard line.
Now the Raiders going to go ahead and use the 2nd of their timeouts. And they'll be disappointed to have to burn one there after giving up the 1st down.
They'll try the left side with Taylor.
And despite a nice juke there, really good move, he only gets about a yard, and it brings up 2nd down. Now the Raiders going to burn their 3rd and final timeout as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming 2nd down play. Now it looks like he'll throw here. Throw left side here, complete to the tight end, Gesicki.
3rd and 4.
A gain of 4 brings up 3rd and 4.
is Willis. And he can't get a throw off. He's taken down. What a huge play at this point in the game. They bring the safety on the blitz, and he busts through to drop him for an 8-yard loss.
And this dominant defensive performance continued on that play. This poor quarterback has now received the protection he needs and has had to pick himself up off the turf far too often.
So on 4th down, out trots the kicker in a big spot here. This to swell the lead to 6. Gano's kick is good. And that will add 3 more to their lead. It pushes it up to 6. So it's another field goal here. He may need to ice his leg after this one. That's now 5 field goals converted in this game alone.
Yeah, get the trainer. They're going to need this guy. And they've needed every single one of the field goals he's made, too. If they're going to get out of here with a win, I say he gets a game ball.
Here's 1st and 10.
At their own 21-yard line.
Now it's Stafford. Throw out wide is incomplete. Here's 2nd down.
The coverage by Benjamin Morrison.
Stafford. And that went to the right side and incomplete. This definitely 4-down territory at this point, but a critical 3rd down here. Stafford now to throw. He's going to let it fly. And it's incomplete. So their final drive comes up empty. And with that, the ball game is over. Well, it took us until the final play, Charles, to officially decide a winner. Although on that last play they were so backed up, it would have taken a miracle, and they couldn't get that miracle done.
Well, I like how you stayed with it because we both knew that this had to go down to the last play, and neither side was going to exhale until that play concluded because we've seen the improbable before. A couple of laterals, maybe some poor defense on the back end. They might have gone all the way to the end zone.